Hey everyone, this is Colbert here, and today we're gonna talk about some new champions that have been leaked. These champions, we don't know yet when they're coming. I don't think they're coming with the new battle pass because we had that leaked the previous week. So these new champions, they might be coming next week, they might be coming next month. I don't know when, and I don't know if that's their final form, but they are somewhere hidden in the game files and they've been leaked basically. So I'm gonna share the images with you guys. I'm gonna tell all about their skills and my thoughts about all of these new champions. Some of them are good, some of them are just, you know, basic champions to just make our index much bigger than it is right now. So let's get on with it, and yeah, subscribe if you haven't already, and if you do like this video, leave a like down below and comment on who you think is the best champion out of all these. First up, we got Runekeeper Dazdirk. He's just a dwarf support champion. He's an epic. So yeah, we just know this information about him. It shows that he's void, but we don't know yet if he's indeed void and if he's gonna stay void in his final form, but that's how he is. His stats are quite high, to be honest, for just an epic. He's got like 20,000 health, 1,255 defense, and his speed is high at 105. Very good for support. Always when they have a ton of speed, it's very helpful. Basically, get more turns, you do your skills more, and basically support your team more than usual. So his A1, guys, is Siphon Symbol. Attacks one enemy, has a 35% chance of placing a leech debuff for 2 turns. You guys know already how strong leech is now after it's changed. So it's a 45% chance when you fully book him up. He's an epic, so it's kind of hard to get those skills fully booked. But I still think he's going to be worth it if you want to try out some stuff around leech. So 45% chance, plus 5 with the masteries, 50% chance. Not bad. Maybe he can work in a counter attack setup and make him much more viable. Then his A2, guys, fills the turn meter of all allies by 25% and places a 50% increased attack buff on all allies for 2 turns. This is great for the arena. Also, if you're missing someone that boosts the speed, so if you go with something like a Lord Shazar maybe, and you have that turn meter aura, but the speed aura, but you need someone to actually boost the turn meter, then Runekeeper Dazdirk would be very good fit for your team. He will basically just be the fastest one in your team, boost everyone's speed by 25%, and also plays the increased attack buff for maybe Lord Shazar when he goes. So that's an option, I guess. 3 turns cooldown, not bad. So overall 6 books so far, and his A3 needs another 4 books, so 10 books. A cheap epic, only 10 books to fully max him out. Removes all debuffs from all allies, then heals all allies by 25% of this champion's HP. Plays a 15% continuous heal buff for 2 turns on allies that have a debuff removed. So yeah, this is a cleanse, a very good support skill always, especially in dungeons like the Dragon Dungeon, where you get a ton of poisons, you get stuns. So if you have this guy in there, he's gonna help cleanse the debuffs, basically heal your team based on this champion's max HP. So this is why he's got a very high HP pool at level 60, 20,000 plus a ton of artifacts. You can easily get him over 50,000 health. And then plays a 15% continuous heal buff for 2 turns on allies that have a debuff removed. So yeah, especially in the dragon, it's gonna be all of the allies that you have in your team. Overall, great support champion. Nothing too amazing though. Nothing that other champions right now in the game do not have. Like, I can think of a rare called Reliquary Tender. She can do this kind of thing, like remove debuffs and heal. She can do the same thing. She can also revive. Okay, she doesn't have leech, she doesn't have a speed boost, so yeah, he's a bit better version than her basically. And his aura increases ally attack in all battles by 25%. Very basic, but he would have been much better if this was speed. He would have been a crazy support and a very good void epic to get. So let's go to the next one, guys. So guys, next up we've got Inquisitor Shamael. He's another void epic in the Sacred Order. He's an attack based champion. I'm not sure if he's gonna stay as a void epic, but yeah, for now he seems like this. It's a cool new model for a champion. We don't have any similar models like that. So let's go into his stats. 16,000 health for an attack based champion. That's okay. Attack 1,288, great. And defense 900, speed 101, and critical rate 15%, 60% critical damage. Basic stats for an attacker. Nothing too crazy about his attack. but it will be good at level 60. He's an epic, so let's see his skills, guys, and see how he was made basically. So A1 Revenge attacks one enemy, 50% chance to decrease the duration of a random buff on the target by 1 turn. This is great. I think, yeah, I think this should work fantastically for the clan boss as well. If you're missing someone that can actually remove buffs, you can just use this guy here. You're just gonna remove the buff from the boss. When this actually procs, it's gonna be 75%, 80% with the additional mastery. Yeah, it's gonna be great when you can actually have that in 1 turn. He's gonna reduce it to 0 basically. Also, counterattacks with this skill each time an enemy places a debuff on an ally. So I'm guessing there's a cooldown on this one, so he doesn't counterattack more than once. But if he does counterattack more than once, and he actually, your whole team gets hit, and yeah, the clan boss actually places the debuffs on each and every one, like the poison debuff on the first AoE from the clan boss. Yeah, this would be crazy if he actually counterattacked 4 times, even if he deals 50% of the normal damage. That would be amazing. And yeah, you probably couldn't use this guy for the spirit because it totally messes up the counterattack setups, but maybe in a different kind of setup, like a leech team that doesn't need a counterattack and does like a leech speed kind of setup, this could be fantastic. Yeah, this actually looks promising and should have some quite fun setups in the future for this one. So his A2 Cow the Horrors, I don't know what that means, attacks one enemy 3 times, will ignore 25% of the target's defense, will ignore a further 25% of the target's defense for each buff on this champion. Now this champion, guys, not on the enemies, not on your allies, not on this champion. So he's got 3 buffs. He's suddenly ignoring 100% of the target's defense. This looks like a fantastic skill, a great damaging skill. And also, guys, places a true fear debuff on all enemies for 1 turn if this attack kills an enemy. He looks like a great nuker for the arena. He uses his A2, basically destroys any kind of champion that's against him that doesn't have like a block buffs or an unkillable. Only a Skullcrown could survive this because she basically will just put her buff up. But like, even if you had like something very strong with a ton of defense, unless he had very high HP as well, this is probably going to kill him because he's going to ignore any defensive stat that the enemy has with just 3 buffs. So you're going to have an attack up buff for sure, maybe a shield buff, that's 2, and maybe, I don't know, maybe a speed buff as well, that's 3. 100% target defense, he ignores 100% of the target's defense. That's great, that's fantastic, guys. He looks great already for an epic. Only 3 books here, and I don't know, 7 on his A1. 7 on his A1, wow. So yeah, 10 books so far. His passive does not need any books, so that's great. 10 bucks, again, a very cheap epic. Each critical hit fills this champion's turn meter by 7.5%. So yeah, this might actually counterattack for each ally that got attacked, and then he would fill his turn meter by this. I'm not sure if this is how he works, but I'm just dreaming of this kind of setup. So whenever an ally receives a fear or true fear debuff, this skill will instantly remove the debuff and fill the ally's turn meter by 15%. So he basically also counters champions that apply a fear and true fear. So Madame Serf's issue was annoying before. Now she's a bit less annoying when you've got this champion. Great Void epic. And yeah, he would be a great pickup for anyone in the future. And his aura increases ally critical rate in all battles by 20%. I doubt that you're gonna have him as a leader. You're probably gonna have him in your team, but not as a leader. You want to have that speed leader for arena, or like a defense lead for the clan boss. So this is the champion. So guys, this champion does not even have a name. He's called Hero 3660, name level 60, but he's got a weird comb. I'm gonna tell, I don't know, he's like a rock band Galek, I would call him, whatever. He's a Nork with a weird haircut. I would never see a Nork in a movie with this kind of haircut, but whatever. His stats are okay. HP 17,505. Attack is huge, almost 1,400 for an epic, so that's quite high. And let's look at his skills, guys. So is A1 attacks all enemies with one hit, places bomb with 50% chance for 3 turns. I don't like this. Although it's an AoE A1, so he's gonna be placing a bomb on the A1. Already, bombs do not care about these skill ups, so they only care about your stat being your attack stat. So these will just make his skill do more damage, but not the actual bomb. So I don't like this. But he might have a high multiplier for this as well, so he might be also a good farmer because he'll also apply bombs. So let's see what his skills do. His A2 plays an increased attack, the good version, for 3 turns. Gains an additional turn, detonates all bombs. Yeah, this is fantastic. So this is the first skill that's like this, that gives you an extra turn and also detonates all bombs. And he also increases attack, so that's great. Yeah, that's great. Also, bombs depend on the damage of the champion that applies them, not on this champion. So if he didn't apply the bombs, that wouldn't matter for the increased attack. The other champion would need to have the increased attack buff for this damage to be increased. So yeah, he doesn't give this to all allies. He just gives this to himself. So let's look at his A3. Attacks a single enemy with 1 hit, places stun for 2 turns. Okay, this has no I don't know how they thought about this, but I'm thinking this is not a complete skill because it shows these 3 images there for the stun, block buffs, and blocks cooldown skills. So I think this are included in the ascended version of the champion, so I would like to see that version as well. So he's probably a work in progress, but his kit will look similar to this. Probably apply a stun, and if you ascend this, will also apply a block buffs and a block cooldown skill. So it's kind of a lockdown skill for using this in the arena. And yeah, his aura, he's probably like an attack based aura. So the other champion that we have here, guys, is Nazamok. He's another void epic. He's a lizardman. He looks very similar to Razin, just a bit more yellow. He's defense, so very high defense, 1400. I like that. 17,000 HP and 93 speed. That's quite low if you want to use him for the clan boss. But let's see his skills and see if it's worth it for the clan boss. So attacks one enemy on his A1, 25% chance, goes up to 50, placing a 2.5% poison debuff for 1 turn. Plays an extra hit if the target is under a poison debuff. Well, I like this. This is great, but if this has an ascended version and it actually gives you a 5% poison buff, this will make him crazy good. Lizardman, he's gonna be a great alternative to other poisoners. His A1 applying 2 poisons, possibly at a 55% chance with masteries. So if this actually, there's an ascended version of this and gives you a 5% poison. So I would like to see an ascended version of this giving him a 5% poison, but we don't know yet. So his A2 attacks all enemies, 50% chance of placing provoke debuff for 1 turn if the target is under a poison debuff. So yeah, he's gonna be applying the poisons and also provoking with the A2. Places a counter attack buff on this champion for 2 turns. Great skill for a tank based champion. He's also gonna be applying poisons possibly with the counter attack buff. It's a good skill for a tanky kind of champion like this one. So his aura is an increase ally resist in all battles by 40. That's okay in some situations when attack has a 50% chance of placing a 5% poison debuff on the attacker. So with that provoke up, not only he'll apply at a 50% chance that 5% poison, he'll also receive 15% less damage from enemies under a poison debuff. Yeah, so he already looks like a great champion versus the clan boss, but yeah, I'm thinking that A1, if it was a 5% poison, it would be so great. But for now, it's just gonna make your clan boss run way worse, because having a ton of 2.5% poison debuffs is gonna make it way worse for you to do damage, since 5% poison of course does double damage than the 2.5%. You want the strong version of the poisons on and not the weaker version, so he wouldn't fit in an endgame team in the way that he looks right now. The last champion that was leaked, guys, Crowned Druid. He's a support based champion and I really love his kit. I already saw his kit and he looks to be the best one out of the lot that was leaked. Crown Druid, already a new model, it seems. He looks so cool. Lizardman, support based, epic, and look at that, 1200 defense. That's a bit low, but he's a support, he's not a defensive champion. So let's look at his skills and see what he does basically, guys. So A1 attacks one enemy, 30% chance of increasing the duration of a random buff on a random ally by 1 turn. This goes up to 50%. Yeah, this is good when you have a buff, but you cannot rely on this one for the clan boss to help you just extend, you know, the block debuffs or an increased defense buff. So it's just random when it happens, and also random on who it happens to. So you can rely on this to make certain variations of a clan boss team. So let's go to his A2. Heals all allies by 15% of their max HP and places a shield buff equal to 15% of their max HP on all allies for 2 turns. Yeah, I'm not sure about this one. I'm not sure about the wording, because heals all allies by 15% of their max HP. Okay, that's a heal, and it's on their max HP, so each individual ally will be healed differently, and places a shield buff equal to 15% of their max HP on all allies. So this is, the wording here is a bit strange, because the wording here means like the shield is going to be different based on the max HP on all allies. So is it going to add up, or is the wording just wrong? This might be just a bad, you know, version of the wording. So if anyone knows more about this, leave it down in the comments. And if you understand more about this than me, then yeah, please leave it down in the comments. But heals all allies by 15% of their max HP and places a shield buff equal to 15% of their max HP on all allies. If it was themselves, then I would get it, because they would just get a 15% shield based on their health, but it's on everyone else, so it's kind of weird. Maybe it just takes the highest HP ally and then applies that as the biggest shield possible. So that might actually be the case. Yeah. So this skill is the one I like the most about this champion. It makes him fit very well in, you know, arena teams, but also in the clan boss teams, because places a perfect veil buff and a 50% increase attack buff for 2 turns on all allies whose attack is higher than their defense. So just through this one, guys, the perfect veil. This is great for taking this guy in the arena. He's gonna give you an increased attack buff, but also the perfect veil buff. Just with these, it's just great for having a squishy champ. You don't have something like a Duchess, and then you also buff him up for his damage to do way more than it usually does. So that's going to work on attackers. And then if you don't have attackers and using the clan boss, places a 60% increased defense buff for 2 turns and a block debuffs buff for 1 turn on all allies whose defense is higher than their attack. Yeah, this is great. It's a 4 turns cooldown. You can use this in a clan boss, of course. There's setups that you have to get his speed quite high for this, for him to go 4 times every 3 turns that the clan boss takes. So he can apply this consistently, although it's a block debuff buff for 1 turn, not 2 turns. So there's way better champions than this one. He should be great in Nightmare clan boss setups, but Ultra Nightmare, I think he's missing some kind of more utility on his A1 that will make him way better. So guys, this was the video for these new league champions. What do you think of all these champions? Leave your comment down below. Which one do you think is the best one? I'm actually thinking either the Druid is the best one, or the other, the Void Attacker that ignores defense. That one is also great. So subscribe if you haven't already, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. See you guys.